Between India, Ireland, the Cayman Islands, and now Virginia Beach, the oceans have been an intricate part of my life. Ocean health is closely connected to human health, both physical and social. According to NOAA, 1 in 6 U.S. jobs is marine-related. Our beaches are a top destination, generating 85% of all U.S. tourism revenues. When we think of public health risks, we may not think of the ocean as a factor, but the health of the ocean is directly tied to our health. Intensive use of our ocean and runoff from land-based pollution sources are just two of the many factors that stress our fragile ecosystems. Increase in waterborne infectious diseases and contaminated seafood are evidence to demonstrate how both human and ocean health is intricately connected. This brings me to the issue that I want to highlight, the acidification of the oceans. Over the past 300 million years, ocean water has been basic, with an average pH of 8.2. As carbon dioxide has increased in the atmosphere since the Second Industrial Revolution, it has also dissolved into the oceans, producing carbonic acid. This has dropped the ocean's pH to 8.1. This shift may seem slight, but it actually represents an astounding 30% increase in acidity, because the pH scale is in fact logarithmic. This has a huge impact on where I live and on my community. Living in Virginia Beach, we are connected to the nation's largest estuary, the Chesapeake Bay. A research team from the University of Delaware measured acidity across the Chesapeake Bay and found that the deep waters where oysters live to be 10 times more acidic. The increasing acidity of the oceans leads to oyster shells becoming more brittle, leaving juvenile oysters more susceptible to predation by other species such as crabs. According to the Virginia Marine Resources Commission, there was a decline in the population by over 2.25 million oysters from 2016 to 2017 alone. That is the entire livelihood for many of our oyster farmers. The good news is we can do something about it, every one of us. As a middle schooler, I chose to work on a project to raise awareness about humans polluting the ocean and addressing the problem through upcycling. Upcycling, a creative form of recycling, involves repurposing what would otherwise be trash. In addition to showing elementary and middle school children creative applications for recyclable trash, we led a school-wide effort to collect recyclable trash and sent it to an upcycling company. In return for our efforts, we received money, which was given to fund our school's oyster restoration project. Now, that's only one school creating awareness. In order to create mass awareness, one of the most influential avenues is the media. The media continues to play a constructive role in spreading mass awareness about human impact on oceans. Between regional and national efforts to restore our oceans' health, promising results are emerging. For example, in some controlled observations, there is evidence to suggest that with human intervention, oyster populations are able to recover, justifying regional, state, and federal commitment to funding such projects. In order to preserve our oceans and planet for future generations, large-scale action needs to be taken now. In Earth's 4.6 billion year history, human civilization is minuscule. In that time, we have managed to change this planet's composition in a few decades, what would naturally take a few million years. Humans are inextricably linked to the health of the ocean. It is time for us to rise above and save our ocean. As said so elegantly by Robert Swan, the greatest threat to our planet is that someone else will save it.